Hi guys, it's Paul. Back for Sunday T-16. Um, we will be right now. I'm getting the dogs fed, getting ready to do some stuff. Wanted to continue my story. I finally got that thing posted on yesterday. Figured out that I uploaded the unedited version, not the one I added the pictures to. I thought that YouTube had taken them down, but that was my fault. So we are working on that. Rest of the story at this point, as my son Keith comes out. So after I broke my leg, they ended up putting it into a external fibrillator, external fixator. Thank you. And that held it for about 3 weeks. And then they went in and we decided to fuse the ankle. At that point, there was an option to fix it all entirely, which was going to take over a year plus, and multiple surgeries, high risk for infection. And at that time, I was self-employed, so I didn't have the income to do that. The second option was fuse the ankle, and the third option was the amputation. At that time, I chose the fusion, thinking it would be fine. They said 3 months, you'll be back and going and good to go back to work. Well, we did that. 3 months turned into 4 months. 4 months turned into 5 months. 5 into 6. And so I ended up, about 6 months later, we got released finally. And by the time I got the job back in the printing business. The ankle was, like I said, pretty well messed up when they broke that. So sorry, I dropped the phone. When I broke it, it broke in both bones and it shattered it. There was over 30 pieces, the doctor said. So the surgeries would have been mind-boggling, jigsaw puzzly. And he was confident in himself, but he said it's going to take a lot. So we ended up doing that, and then back in March, I was cleared to go. I did forget that after the first fusion, I did get an infection, and had to go on a PICC line, which is basically they insert a tube into your veins and goes all the way to your heart. And I had to do IVs 4 times a day, self IVs. The infection got better, we thought. And we went on in March, April, end of April, or beginning of April, end of March. I was pretty well cleared to go. Put full weight on it. We went through rehab. I was good. Unfortunately, about 3 months later, it started hurting again. And I got to the point where I couldn't even walk on it again. But what had happened is one of the screws came out. And doctor x-rayed it and said, man, it looks like it's broken or bent, the rod. Then we did a CAT scan. It wasn't. They showed it wasn't, but they got in there and got that screw out. And when I got out of surgery, they said, well, here's the problem. You got infection back in there. The bone did not heal to the rod. And we're back to, you need to be off this thing for 8 weeks or redo all the rods. 8 weeks to let it heal and hope it heals, a 50-50 chance. Redo all the rods, another 1.5 year recovery. And I didn't have that kind of time. The third option, and as what I'm doing now, I chose the amputation. But I said, okay, let's try it. We'll give it a shot and see. And I wasn't originally doing that, but I thought, I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. And we did. I'm glad I did, because I would have hated to gone through an amputation not knowing what if it would have healed itself. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, the rod inside there, it did end up breaking, and the x-rays show it's broke. And at that point in time, I was like, well, there's either fix the rod or amputate, and I'm not going to go through all that. And again, so me and my doctor and family decided the amputation. So that's basically this short story. It's been a struggle. I'm not one to be able to sit around and do nothing. I'm up and at 'em. After I got my external fibrillator, I was on a soccer field coaching kids a week later. So I just don't sit well. Probably could be a fault. When it comes to healing, it's a fault. When it comes to getting life done, that's what I do. Anyway, T-16, I'm feeling good about this thing. I told somebody at church, I went to church this morning, as I always do. My faith in God has never been lost through all this stuff, even though you wonder what if or why. But it's never been lost. But told some people in church today that, you know what, I've felt better since I made this decision to do this than I have since this thing began. I've got more, just more joy right now. So I know it's going to be a long process. I don't think it's going to be an easy road. But it's the easy road. It's the best road I can take, I think. So anyway, we are good to go. Today is Sunday, the 11th. Gonna get ready to go watch the Chiefs game. Go Chiefs. And we'll continue on this story tomorrow. But we appreciate you. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for all the support, for sure. Appreciate it.